Today is going to be a quick video about what I've been up to with these right in front of me here. I'll show you more about that in a moment because I had a bit of a wobble a few days ago and decided to change everything. I'm also going to show you some things that I'm going to be reviewing in the coming few weeks, which I hope you'll find value in. If nothing else, other than cheap tools, it's also sort of collectible stuff. And you know, when you want to get like new gear but you can't afford it, ideal for that situation. Anyway, there's that, and there's also some really interesting news coming up about what's going on in the channel in 2024. So stick around and I'll see you in a moment. Now then, when it comes to these bad boys, originally they were in my old table saw cabinet, and it was all fine and dandy. I spent ages on it. You probably watched the videos where I made the individual router part and the MFT pop, and they were interchangeable and all that sort of nonsense. Anyway, turns out that I had a bit of a wobble. I came in here, I think it was on Boxing Day, and I just ripped apart the whole cabinet because I'd had enough of it. And in its place, I managed to throw these together as separate units. Now then, I know this might seem that I've kind of defeated the object of making all those videos about an all-in-one station previously, but let me explain why I've done it. Everything worked as I'd hoped it to, and in fact I think it still is and was a good storage or solution for a smaller workshop. Now, by moving these two things apart, you can still do that. I've fixed these on as sort of fixed units now, but there's no reason you couldn't make the cabinet and just still be able to swap out the tops. I decided not to do that for a couple of reasons. One, my back hasn't been doing very well. My spine's not been too clever for a while now, so or worse than normal. So lifting things like the router table up and about just wasn't really on my card of things I wanted to do. And so I'm going to use it more now it's permanently set up, so that's good. Also, because my lathe here, I don't know if the lathe is in shop, but this lathe that I picked up secondhand that is significantly too large for what I need, takes up a lot of space in the workshop. Now, when I wanted to use it, I only needed sort of a small area to use it with. So now I only have to sort of move one of these cabinets out of the way rather than the massive great cabinet that was here before. So that makes more sense to me as well. Now, also, it means that I can sort of position these however I want to. They're both on wheels, and so I can move them around and do whatever I fancy with them. So, yeah, I reused the same wood and MDF that I'd made the table saw cabinet with. It's just basically I ripped it all apart and then just put bottoms and wheels on the two tops, and now that just helps life a little bit more. But it'll also come in useful when I come into the next stage, which I'll tell you about towards the end of the video. I'll grab the camera in a moment and show you what I've got in front of me. But like I just said, I wanted to do something a little bit different and to show you stuff, because we can't always go out there and afford kind of new tools and table saws and drills and all that sort of nonsense. But we still kind of get the urge to get something now and then. And rather than just buying for the sake of buying, I've got a few things that I think are going to be very, very useful in the workshop. And I'm going to make some individual reviews on them, I think. And I'd love to hear your feedback on these with regards to what you'd like to see and how you'd like these things reviewed or anything like that. Or indeed, if you use anything like this. So let me just bring you in and I can show you what I'm talking about. As you look at the stuff that's on my worktop at the moment, you'll see that you would be forgiven in thinking that I may be going towards the everyday carry or EDC type of channel, but I'm not, because I honestly believe that there's a lot of this stuff that you can find very, very useful in the workshop, and I've bought it to test, and I'm going to be doing reviews on some of these things as well, so I'll let you know more about it. But just to give you a brief overview, I mean, here we've got there's a bunch of multi-tools with hammers in them on Amazon at the moment, but this is by a company called Roxon, and Roxon are sort of an up-and-coming company in the world of multi-tools, and it's got a surprising amount of chunk to it. There's a bunch of features going on with this. I will be testing it by knocking the bejesus out of it, pulling out nails with the and all that sort of nonsense. But obviously we do also have the pliers, and we've got a bunch of tools in the handles as well. So there's a little bit for everybody in there, and I think it's going to be a really interesting piece of kit, because it can also go into this, stick that on your belt or in your what's it called, apron or something like that, and that could be really useful tool just to get you out of a pinch in the workshop without having to find certain stuff. So that one's going to be coming up to a review. We've got a more affordable multi-tool going on there that's got a special little party trick with detachable massive scissors. That also comes with things like this, so you can make sure that you can unscrew things or screw things up once again to get you out of a pinch. We've got a pen that basically works on magic, and if you saw my Instagram reel about this, I think this is brilliant and certainly something that's very useful to have in the workshop. We've got some Knipex or Knipex like mini plumbing pliers. These are the Cobra XS. Now the EDC guys love these, but when it comes to in the workshop, in your pocket, in your apron, these are fantastic. They've got a huge opening space. I think you can actually hold nuts up until about 22 mil, something like that. But yeah, these are you're going to be a really useful thing, and I will show you some of the uses in that in its own video. And then finally for today at least, you'll see that I've got a bit of a Victorinox Swiss Army knife or sack situation going on here, and that's for a couple of reasons. One, didn't realize there is the community that there is with things like these multi-tools and or pen knives, and I think that's absolutely superb. You can replace the scales, you can mod them, you can do all sorts of things with them, which I think is really cool to have a play with. They also do hundreds of different models. So I've got 3 different models here. I've got a Super Tinker, which is this one, and a relatively chunky little fella. We've got the Alox X Pioneer going on here, and we've got the Recruit, which is a little fella going on right here. Now, particularly with this one, I think I'm going to, for the channel, I'm going to start sort of not ripping it to bits, but I am going to make this so it's a useful tool for things like dovetails and general marking out and all that sort of nonsense as well. So yeah, I think hopefully that'll be quite a useful kind of mod video which I will be able to throw for you guys. And you know, the main thing is, other than the Alox, which was like 43 quid, I think this was under 20, this Recruit. The Super Tinker, which is one of the Victorinox's most popular, is kind of 23 or 24, something like that. And yeah, they're really useful bits of kit to have, and I really like the idea of being able to show off what they can do in a workshop, so you can buy stuff without spending loads of money, you can have fun with, and will actually be of some use to you as well. So if you've got any questions about any of these, if you're one of these people that likes this sort of stuff, if you're an EDCer or if you're anything like that, then do let me know. And also if there's any particular tests you want to see on any of this, please do let me know. So I think that sort of stuff is going to be really exciting to have a play around with, find out how useful these things actually are. And like I say, I'm not going to turn into an everyday carry channel because I never leave the house, and I very rarely will understand why a computer programmer from Didcot will need a pry bar in his everyday carry. But that's not to say that you don't. I just think it's going to be a really interesting few videos about stuff, and it's also going to help me out massively because in 2024, in the next month or two, we hope to be moving. We're just waiting for the exchange date, and I did cover it in a live that I did recently, but yeah, we hope to be moving house, and we're buying somewhere, and I will be converting the normal UK size single car garage to a workshop. So hopefully I'll be able to sort of move the kind of things that I've learned putting this little space together, but in a normal garage that sort of a lot of people have got, and it's quite small. I think it's 2 something meters by 5 meters possibly, which I think is the same size as the workshop that Monkey Boy Workshop has, and he does amazing things in his garage. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that, but hopefully I'm going to be able to throw out some ideas about layout and stuff that that helps you out. Now, along with that is I will be actually doing stuff for the house. I mean, I've got a load of work to do, like ripping out the bathroom and various other bits and bobs. But yeah, so all of that could be pretty interesting. And if you're interested in seeing that kind of stuff as well, then please do let me know. I might not be able to show kind of as I'm doing things because it's going to mutilate me because the health is not great at the minute. But I will be able to sort of take photos or do bits of video and then do sort of compile a video where I kind of go through what I did and how I did it and all that sort of stuff and show you with maybe a voiceover or something. So if you're interested in anything like that, then please do let me know. And I think finally we've got the table saw situation. So you might just be able to see it in camera shot here. I've not been able to find an arbor nut, and it's as simple as that. The Delta one that I got from the States doesn't fit. It goes like 2.5 turns in, but then that's it. There is a chap that I've spoken to that says that he thinks it might be either 2.7 or 13 TPI for a 5/8 Acme thread, might be a proprietary thread. So I don't know what I'm going to do about it. I don't want to just kind of throw it away or give it away or whatever, because I put a lot of time and effort into making it look nice and to you know, do essentially a solid job. And just being beaten on the arbor nut is ridiculous, but I can't afford to take that arbor nut out at the moment and replace it with something else or get something sort of machined up particularly for that job. So it's going to have to go on pause at the minute. I really do want to get it going though, but yeah, just for the time being, it is what it is and I can't be doing with it. So yeah, nothing's happening with regards to that for the time being. It's going to be a bit awkward when we move house because a table saw is just a really useful bit of kit to have when you're like ripping down wood to make certain things. But we'll have to see what goes on with that one. Also, when we move house, hopefully later this year, I will be making a new workshop as well, which will be a larger workshop. But we'll see. You never know. I might get on so well in a small one that I won't want a large one. But we'll play that by ear. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and a solid start to the new year. If you've got any questions in particular about these products, like I said, I will be doing reviews on them. So please stick with me. A lot of people will look at the like Victorinox kind of thumbnail, for instance, and go, well, I thought this was a woodwork channel. It still is, but it's how can we use these for woodworking? Do you know what I mean? And they're very popular for whittling as well, I believe. But anyway, yeah, let me know any of your thoughts on any of that sort of stuff. I will certainly test the crap out of things. But any other comments, questions, theories, whatevers, please do let me know in the workshop. And forgive me for it being an absolute chaotic mess again. But obviously with the move coming up, there's a lot of things going on. So it is what it is. But I will see you very, very soon. Thanks very much for joining me. And I'll speak to you later. Bye-bye.